Hey guys, and welcome back to Ultra Game World. And today we have got a PC build. Woo! Yeah! Hope you're excited for this. So, what components will we be using for our gaming PC today? Well, first of all, we'll start with the motherboard. It's a B550M DS3H from Gigabyte. So, the B550 chipset we'll be using. So obviously we're going AMD with this system. It's probably going to be about sort of £500 system this. So a little bit sort of budget, maybe towards a little bit more mid-range, but more on the budget side it's going to be, yeah, for sure. And next we have our Ryzen 5 3600. Now this is pretty much the mid-range chip that everyone kind of wants to get. It's kind of been the standard gaming CPU for everyone. It's pretty much just bang in the middle of where you want to be price to performance. 6 cores, 12 threads, very good processor. Next we have the Arctic A13X. Great CPU cooler, because we don't really want to use the stock cooler. We might, but I think probably we'll try and go with the this CPU cooler because it's going to be better. It's going to cool our processor down more. Next we have our power supply, which is the EVGA 550B5. This is a great power supply, fully modular, bronze rated, 80 plus bronze. This will provide all our power for our PC. It's going to be perfect. Next we have 16 gigabytes of DDR4 3200 megahertz. This is the Corsair Vengeance LPX. So it's pretty much standard RAM there, not really too much to talk about. Next we have a 1TB NVMe drive. This is from TCSunbow. Perfectly fine. 1TB is going to be perfectly fine for a gaming PC, I feel anyway. Then we have the graphics card. This is the ASUS STIX 1050 Ti. This is a great little graphics card. Now obviously I would have liked to get a better graphics card, but this is what I had, and with the GPU crisis at the moment, this is what we're going to go with. It's still a good, I'd say 720p gaming card, but potentially 1080p with more sort of lighter games or things like esports games. Decent enough GPU during this time, 4 gigabytes, so we've got enough VRAM as well. I think that's a nice version of that card, so happy to go with that. Colink Inspire K6 case. This is a M80X case because we are using an M80X board. Pretty much standard layout with PSU shroud at the bottom, tempered glass, and we have a little bit of RGB at the front with a fan at the back. So I think without further ado, let's roll the montage. Go! PC is all built, as you can see. I'll just turn that a little bit to the side. There we go. Hopefully you can see that. I'll probably do a few more up close shots so you can see the PC a little bit more. Yeah, let's boot this up in 3, 2, 1. Fans are spinning. There's lights. Might not show up very well, but there's certainly lights at the front there. Gigabyte, there we go. Booted. And it's just going into Windows now. Really happy about that. It's all booted. We're all good. What I'll do is I'll get this all set up now. We'll get the software installed. We'll get all the drivers installed and what have you. And we'll benchmark some games. Probably what the games I'm going to do are Fortnite, The Witcher 3. Probably we'll try and do Cyberpunk if we can. Maybe a bit of GTA 5. And we'll see if anything else is there as well. But let's crack on now. So jumping in, 1080p, Witcher 3, low settings. We have about a 90 FPS here. So that's looking really great here. So I've just moved it to medium 1080p. As you can see, we're hovering around the 70. We're sort of dipping towards 60 and a little bit under at times, but overall pretty decent. Again, I'll just do a recording of here and we'll get what results we get. So The Witcher, 1080p on low, average frame rate was 89, the 1% low of 77 and a 0.1% low of 13, so there was a little bit of drops there, but that could have been a number of factors. But 1080p on medium was 72 average with 1% low of 56 and a 0.1% low of 47, so that was a little bit more stable, that one. But overall, yeah, I would say 1080p medium The Witcher 3 is playable. So here we go with GTA 5 now. We have 1080p. Let's have a look. So yes, 1080p, and we are on mainly the normal to low settings here, as you can see. Right, let's jump in game. So right off the bat here, we've just loaded in GTA 5 on 1080p, sort of like low or normal settings they call it with GTA 5. We're sitting around the 80 FPS mark, so that's really cool actually. On our 1050 Ti. Obviously, if you look at the top left-hand corner, our 1050 Ti is giving everything that it can. 98% usage, and our Ryzen 3600s are sort of sitting there about quarter usage, 25%, going, you're going to give me a task? So yeah, I'll just do a recording here. We'll just see for about 5 minutes gameplay what we get for average and 1% lows and what have you, and I'll get back to you in a bit. So GTA 5, 1080p normal or low settings, average FPS of 85, the 1% low of 66 and a 0.1% low of 61. So again, 1080p normal, perfectly fine in this setup. The 1050 Ti, okay, it's not great. It's not the best GPU, but it's still just about holding on in there, I'd say, in 2021. Let's get to our next game. So our last benchmark is Fortnite. We're not going to be able to do Cyberpunk, unfortunately. It's got a big update, so I do apologise about that. But let's jump into our last one here. We've got 1080p, unlimited FPS, auto set to low for everything. Let's jump in. So here we are, jumped into Fortnite. Right now we're sitting around about the 100, 107 or something FPS. Obviously, graphical wise, it's not looking that great, but what we'll do is we'll do a recording now. We'll do a recording now and then we'll go from here. So Fortnite 1080p, low settings, average was 107 FPS, 1% low of 46 and the 0.1% low of 16. Perfectly playable for me, I found at that resolution. Moving up to medium caused a bit of problems, I would say. The average frame rate of only 42 FPS, 1% low of 31, and a 0.1% low of only 1. So yeah, pretty much unplayable at medium settings, but certainly 1080p low. You could certainly do that in this system. So that's the end of our video. I hope you like this little PC. I thought it was a nice little build, pretty simple to put together. The cooler seemed to be quite good on it. Didn't really go much above sort of 60 degrees, only if you put it to like 100%, maybe it might go to 70, but it's a pretty good cooler, and certainly better than a stock cooler for sure. 1050 Ti did okay. Obviously the Ryzen 3600 is kind of getting the absolute most out of our graphics card here. You could certainly put this 1050 Ti into a better system without the 6 cores and 12 threads of the Ryzen 3600, but you're going to get the maximum out of it putting it into this system. And by doing this, you can then upgrade the GPU very easily to anything up to about RTX 3060, I would say. So yeah, I think it's a good system. I was quite happy with the case. It's quite easy to put together. The build pretty much went without any hitches really. Yeah, so I think it was a good build, and as we saw in the benchmarks there, I could only do those 3 games. Unfortunately, I haven't got any more time to do further on this video, but yeah, I mean, I thought it performed pretty well, considering it's only got 1050 Ti graphics card in. It's still just about held in there, and it's certainly a great system to actually then just upgrade when you can, and hopefully once graphics card prices come back to some more normality. So yeah, I hope you liked that video, guys. Obviously smash that like button please, because it helps the algorithm, really helps me get up into the better ratings on YouTube, and that's really what I'm trying to do at the moment. So thanks a lot for watching. Please leave us a comment if you can, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.